we retreat and then come back within an hour, where we'll provide the consolidated results that would have been concluded. I'll hand over back to our corporate affairs manager.
Thank you, CEO. We open up for questions now. There are two podiums. One over there, it looks quite far, and there's another one on the other side. Those of us that have got questions, we can quickly rush there, and if we can start now, so you tell us your name, the institution you represent, and the question that you have for the Chief Electoral Officer, and indeed the management team. I can't see beyond this side because I'm a bit, okay, I can see there's a signal that we have someone. Yes, please.
Hello. My name is Dingindawa Jonah Bioya from Diamond TV. I have two questions that I would like to find out. I know that the Chief Electoral Officer, Mr. Nshindano, says that in the next few minutes, in the next hour, we'll get results for some constituencies, but I wanted to find out how many of these constituencies we expect to get results from the Electoral Commission of Zambia. But also, you talked about the 72-hour period that they've given themselves to give the results at presidential level. Given the fact that you talked about the voter turnout, are you still confident that you will have the final results announced within this threshold? Thank you.
Thank you. We can take maybe two more questions. Do we have someone? Yes, please.
Yes, you have. On your far left, in the midsection of the room. My name is Combo, Darren Combo, representing the UPND. And speaking to you as the chairman responsible for elections and campaign. Thank you for your updates this afternoon. My comment, rather than a question to the Commission, is that this is the very first time since Zambia became a republic that elections results have taken this long to start getting disseminated. Consequent to that, there is anxiety in the nation. You have indicated to us that the turnout may be one of the reasons why you have, in my own words, say procrastinating to start finishing the vote numbers to the owners of the votes, those who turned out yesterday. You said this exercise, and we give it to you. We award it to you. Kindly confirm to us that within that hour you've given us, words such as hopefully we will start should now become a thing of the past. And we must start getting qualified results from yourselves. I also, as I end, want you to know that from where we sit, as a very small entity compared to the muscle that you have, the financial you have to galvanize information, we have nearly 90% of the results for the whole country. How then can it be difficult for you in a commission to work with those of us who do not have a central nerve to gather this information? It has left a lot of anxiety in the country, I want to repeat, at the expense of wasting your time. But my real comment is that we'll sit and wait for that 1 hour. And we hope that there will be no more shenanigans starting from that moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this point, let's allow the Chief Electoral Officer to respond, and we'll come back to take the next round of questions.
Thank you so much, and allow me to follow up on the comment by Mr. Gary Como. It is understood and appreciated in terms of the anxiety, and we do appreciate that. And I'm sure he is fully aware of the time most of the polling stations closed. We had some polling stations, as we updated you this morning, that closed as late as this morning at 5 a.m. And the commission process is different, very, very different from those that are conducting parallel voter tabulation. Parallel voter tabulation, you only end at the polling station. And this is what the commission really wanted to do, so that stakeholders are fully aware of what is happening at the polling station, transparent and as open as possible. We did mention that this time around, the vote starts and ends at the polling station, and this is why you're able to know what you know. And it's a good thing, and I'm glad that you do. But the commission process does not end there. The commission process, and this is something we have shared, we have a very rigorous result management process, and there are different layers of screening. You know very well that that result, that poll has to be transmitted to taken to the voting center. This is physical. From there, there's also electronic transmission to the National Results Center. But also on the part of the commission, we also need to have record of proceedings, among others, to ensure that every vote, every result that we announce is verified and authentic, and all the due processes as provided for in the law and indeed in the regulations are followed. So it's not as just PVT. So we do appreciate the anxieties that are out there, and we'll definitely do our level best to ensure that we provide the citizens the results as they have voted, as we have always done. In terms of the timelines that we have set for ourselves in view of the high voter turnout, which we are very excited about, and I think we've been talking about this, even when we conducted our voter registration exercise, where we were very excited as a commission in terms of the numbers, something we had never achieved before. And we did say that moving into this election, we hope that the turnout will be as high and as impressive as the voter registration exercise. And this has been reflected in the voting in terms of the turnout. And we did take into account all these timelines, and we remain confident that we'll still be able to meet the 72-hour threshold that we have set for ourselves as a commission. In terms of how many do we expect, like I said, this is a process. I cannot give you the numbers now, but I'm sure and confident that we'll be able to give you something significant as a start. And I'm sure you'll be able to see, once these start flowing, you'll actually even be overwhelmed at some point. So for the ones that will give you at 16 hours, we have a number that are in the process, but we have to ensure that the due process is followed. We also have stakeholders, political party representatives, that are will be sitting in the verification room, and they will be privy to some of this information. We'll be giving them those updates in terms of the numbers, those that have been verified. So this is something that will be well known even as the commission comes up here to announce those results. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We can take the next round of questions. Let me go to my far right, and we'll come back to the left if there are any questions.
Thank you very much. My name is Adele Fula, representing Common Grounds Makers and a Good Governance Zambia monitoring group. First and foremost, we wish to thank the Commission for the wonderful work they are doing, and it's not difficult. It's not difficult in undertaking, but you are providing the expectation which the Zambian people deserves. My question would be that we have seen on social media, I know you have touched a bit about this, but I wish to zero in so much on it that there is a perception that a particular candidate has pulled way beyond the expectation of the results. Those results circulating on social media, would we say that that is the true result, or we're going to call the commission to provide those results which are coming, which are being indicated? Secondly, I would want to ask. Okay. Secondly, also, it is issues to do with the violence which we have seen, especially my monitors in southern, western, and northwestern province are being intimidated by the UPND, party agents. And some of my monitors have been really, they have faced the wrath of what the UPND agents could do. What is the Commission position in terms of encouraging political parties to denounce political violence? Thank you.
Still on the right, if there's anyone who has a question before we move.
Thank you so much. My name is Francesca Peribanda from Diamond TV. I've got 3 questions. The first question I would like to find out is, what does the ECZ make congratulatory messages from the PEP leader, as well as, first of all, the PEP leader has conceded to losing this election, as well as the Socialist Party President Fred Membe, and they have both congratulated UPND candidate Hakainde Hichilema results that are coming in so far. So I want to get your comment on that as a commission. My second question: what is the message from the ECZ to people in different constituencies who have already started celebrating from the results that they're seeing on social media? And the third one is, does the shutdown of the internet have anything to do with the delay of the results transmission? Thank you.
Okay, for now, let me allow Chief Electoral Officer to respond. I'm not really seeing, Tim from ECZ kindly signal to me. I was busy looking this side. I don't know where the questions were coming. So we'll deal with my right, immediately see your response. We'll deal with all the questions on my right. Then we'll move to the left later so that we have order. So for now, CEO will respond to the questions that have been raised, and we'll come back to take another round of questions.
Thank you. In many aspects, the questions that have been asked are quite similar. This has to do with the results and indeed the congratulatory messages, which I'm not familiar to, nor is the Commission aware of this. We have always indicated there's only one institution mandated to announce election results. So wherever those results are, please treat them just as that, take as it were, until the Commission announces official results. This is not unique. We've had incidences where candidates have celebrated prematurely, and we encourage that please wait for the final results. It is extremely important, and we call on the public to remain patient and calm. You will be given what you voted. The Commission has been very transparent. They have told you the process, starting from the voting, the result management, and we call on you to be patient. As you know, the turnout has been high, and in addition to that, we have polling stations that started late, and also the counting started late. We have polling stations that are still counting as we speak. So to start declaring somebody before even the last poll is closed or finalized in terms of counting is a little bit premature, and would advise that please, including all political parties, desist from that. It is actually unprofessional. Wait until the commission finalizes and the rightful candidate declared. Then you can send each other congratulatory messages as it were. Shutdown, I'm not familiar with this. Excuse me, I'm not on social media, so I don't even know what's going on out there. We have systems on the part of the commission, and we haven't had any interruption in terms of the transmission system or the network that we're working with, and the delay has nothing to do with what is being perceived. Violence always undermines electoral processes. The credibility of any election is undermined by electoral violence. This is something we've been talking about before the opening of the campaigns, during the campaigns, during when we open the polls. As you know, the Commission has been very consistent on this aspect. It is on the basis that citizens rightfully voted for such a one, not as a result of electoral violence or any other aspect that undermines the credibility of any poll. And therefore, we call on all political parties, like we earlier indicated, please remain calm, cooperate with the Commission, and indeed all stakeholders. Let the process be as smooth as possible and as transparent and as accountable as possible. Let us not dent our election and indeed our democratic tenets as a country due to minor incidences that may prevail. Like I said, I think most of the questions were interrelated, and I'm sure I've covered all what was queried.
You allow us to take the last round of questions. The Chief Electoral Officer indicated that we'll need to go back and finalize the processes for 16 hours. So 2 questions on my right, 2 questions on my left, and we'll close at that point.
Hello. I represent Spring TV. My name is Tito Kalama. The question that begs asking really, or what I would want you to tell the nation, is what transpired in Chainda and Chongwe districts. I undertook an investigative piece yesterday where voters that were registered at Chainda Primary School in Avondale were actually directed to go and vote in Chongwe, which has a similar name called Chainda, and the voters from Chongwe were also referred to Chainda in Lusaka, and the commission did provide transportation, but most of the people were reluctant to go because their time had been wasted. I wonder how many people had voted and what's your take on the matter?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Director Officer. My name is McDonald Chipenzi from Ecz Initiative Zambia. My question is to do with Gen 20. We are one of the organizations that have deployed close to 11,000 monitors across the country, and a number of them have reported that your officers are denying them Gen 20, which is the result form. And in some cases, they are told the commission has not stationery. They can only photocopy. Now you know, electoral officer, that this election can go
when the presidential amount was so high, there's no stationery. It doesn't make sense.
Gen 20 are not given to political parties and the monitors. How will evidence be adduced in court? So I want you to tell the nation whether it is legal or it is the normal practice that monitors, political party agents, and observers should not access these result forms called Gen 20. Thank you.
Chair of my name transition. I want to make it very
Oh, speak up, man.
the discretion that the ECZ has. If 60 or 70% of votes have been disclosed, are you in the position to declare a winner to avoid time wasting? If you know whoever is the winner. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Pastor Michael Chiketa Kambuya. I'm the party trustee of the New Heritage Party. I'm the senior member of the New Heritage Party. I'm also in charge of security. As for me, on behalf of the Heritage Party, it's not a question, but it's an appeal. We should all understand that the Electoral Commission is the one which is commissioned to announce the elections. So I am appealing to the Electoral Commission that you should be able to do your job professionally without interference. I'm also appealing to my fellow stakeholders here, the political parties. I want to remind you that there is no political party which has given birth to children. All the members of various political parties are Zambians. So if one political party will issue a statement which will bring chaos in Zambia, it's not those members of that particular party who are going to fight the members of the other political party, but it's Zambians that are going to fight. And in this situation, we have actually come to the end of electing the CEO of Zambia. So there is no winner, there is no loser. In the New Heritage Party, our motto is that we want every Zambian to win. And if the Zambians choose a particular person, it means Zambians have won. So let's keep the peace. I'm appealing to our political party leaders here that make sure that you calm your members. You make sure that you tell your members, because we are the ones who have the authority to direct our members to stop violence. We don't want
I will tell you with the list. My request is to the other political party that have indicated that UPND has been harassing people, beating them in Western provinces. Please, my appeal to you, my fellow political parties, is that UPND is not a violent party. Let's leave the police to carry out investigations, and when they give us reports, shall we point a finger at that particular party? We are tired of being accused of being violent. We are not. We have won this election. Leave us to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's have the microphones on the podium start, and we
believe right now.
before we leave.
kindly disregard the last comment. Please, political party representatives, treat this matter very seriously until the commission declares who the winner is. Avoid such inflammatory statements. Please, demonstrate leadership. This is about the stability of our nation. It's about building our democracy as a country. So please cooperate with the commission.
Shahinda question, I'm really glad that you brought that up. The Commission did plead with the Zambian people, and I'm sure colleagues from the media can attest to that, during the voter verification exercise. A number of us would simply register and you go and relax. We put out a plea, we put out different platforms, both online as well as the physical. Online, we even went further to provide USSD codes for you to be able to verify where you're registered from. That is basically as simple as a result of not verifying your details on the voter's register. So when one registers, you're supposed to go back during the voter verification exercise to see whether where you're voting from is the correct polling station, and indeed your details are correct. And most of those do not do that, hence defranchising themselves. And the Commission did put out a huge clarion call continuously on this aspect, that it's extremely important. In as much as you register yourself, you need to verify the details. And most did not, hence that aspect. But the Commission also felt duty-bound and went beyond that and even provided transport, which we are not even obliged to. But we said, let's assist where we can and ensure that these people go and cast and exercise their right to vote. So I'm glad that that has come up. As we proceed in future years to come, during the voter registration exercise, verification exercise, these processes are extremely important. Let's follow them through so that nobody is diffranchised. Gen 24, Mr. Chipenzi, I'm sure you can ask all political parties, they'll be able to tell you. This is a form that the Commission went to extra length this time around as a result of the allegations coming from 2016 to make it available. And it's not the policy of the Commission not to distribute this. You will appreciate that we have 16 candidates. And if you have all those items in that particular polling station, the political parties. After that, those that are available. And if the form has finished by the time your agent gets it, it does not imply that the Commission has not made it available. It is standard practice, even during the printing, those that were there during verification, each polling station had a set of Gen 20. It was a requirement and still remains a requirement. Please follow through these processes. It's not just about making narratives, it's about following the processes and understanding what has been provided for. Declaring, please, every vote counts. The Commission will do its level best to ensure that we account for every vote, and until that is done, we will be able to declare the winner of this election. I think we've covered all the questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of this briefing. At this point, let me also ask the political party representatives to move to the room where we met earlier. We'll be coming through for us to start the processes, and we'll be back at about 16 hours this afternoon. Thank you.
Now streaming 24/7 on Showmax. Rated 18. Sign up at showmax.com.
All volcanoes emit gas and molten rock. 34-year-old with a dish that takes this